right, here we are. Round 3, back 9 of the Glass Blown Open. Presented by Dynamic Discs and the PDGA from Emporia, Kansas. I'm joined by Robert McCall here in the commentary locker room. I'm AJ Risley. And what do we got? We got a clean scorecard from Chris Dickerson. Anthony Barela through the front 9. Lots of green. Couple red. Joel Freeman and Thomas Gilbert hanging in there. And if you see our top 10 on the right side, Paul Macbeth and Eagle McMahon are battling it out on the lead card. James Conrad, Ricky Wysocki also in the mix.
That's right. Moving over to hole 10, 391 feet downhill, and this is playing closer to 340 or 350, but it's an extremely technical shot. You have to hold your disc over to the right just a bit for the entirety of its flight, and there is out of bounds to the right side. If you don't want to challenge that, you can throw it kind of straight, but can't have too much hyzer because there is golf fairway OB to the left.
Yeah.
One of the sneakily difficult tee shots here. Barela playing that force over, waiting for this to get back just a little bit left.
Sweet.
Anthony Barela, friend of the trees.
Oh, yeah, give him the FollowFlight.
Yeah, you can see he wasn't worried about the stability whatsoever, just waiting for it to get down.
Just waiting for it to kick the tree.
Anytime you can get a FollowFlight friend of the trees, you've done something good. This is rock for Thomas Gilbert. Just asking that limb to take just enough speed off of it.
Yeah. And unfortunately, he had not the ideal spin. He needed the counterclockwise spin in order to really take advantage of those branches there like Brian Earhart did.
That's right. Yeah, huge shout out, one, to Chris Dickerson for super parking this hole. Let's see that.
Double FollowFlight.
Oh, you'll love to see the double FollowFlight. And two different angles, too. Barela taking the higher flex and Dickerson with the lower force over. But yeah, huge shout out to...
Barela's still closer.
Well, yeah, and I bet he lets him know about that. Huge shout out to Brian Earhart karting the 1 on this hole. Perfect ace right down the middle. This is a fantastic group of tee shots.
Another FollowFlight.
Come on, hit us with the triple. Freeman even lower than Dickerson's shot. Similar lines.
And Barela's still closer.
Similar results. And
yeah.
Gilbert for birdie. He is in.
I don't know what the heck Thomas was doing from 20 feet.
Yeah, come on, man.
Get it.
He didn't hit enough trees to get as close as he needed to. But anyway, Brian Earhart.
Yeah, Brian Earhart's ace was awesome.
Cards the ace. I believe it was a Z Comet. And he was the last person to know that it went in because he threw a shot. He was like, all right, that looks good. Starts to turn around. And people on the side of the fairway just start cheering. Yeah, his reaction was priceless. If you haven't seen it already, go share it. Go like it. Pretty awesome stuff. On to hole 11, 399 feet. You think it plays about that?
I think so.
Yep, big hyzer for our competitors. OB cart path left, OB golf green right.
Yeah, that's a fast green too, very fast. As you can see, this green's like getting into middle-aged territory. It's balding quite a bit.
That's right. Some male pattern baldness is taken over here on hole 11, and the grass up top is quite sparse.
Right. So this needs to chill.
And it has.
Oh, yeah. And as you can see from Thomas's shirt, there is still some wind out there.
That's right. This is tracking nicely.
Oh, and he hits a tuft.
Kind of surprising, honestly, to see him take such a high-speed disc as a boss here. I feel like he could get there with pretty much anything like 9-speed or over. But Great result.
What did he throw?
I think that was a boss.
Oh. I thought you said, as a boss, I'm surprised to see Thomas Gilbert throw.
I usually comment on my employment status while talking about other people's discs.
Yeah, I thought you were just calling Thomas a boss.
Oh, yeah. Well, he is that, too. And he threw that.
He threw it hard, like a boss. Sweet.
Yeah, he promotes synergy, like a boss. Thank you, Andy Sandberg. Thank you, Lonely Island. Back over to Chris Dickerson. Step putt. Ooh, and kind of flirting with the cart path there.
Down it.
Barela turning back to the card like, whoops.
Oops.
Pardon me, what? But hey, it's in.
My bad. And look, he's over there texting his BFFs about it. Guys,
Hey, guys, just got another birdie. It didn't look as cool as the others, but it was good.
Yeah, maybe he took a selfie. He was like, feeling cute. Might drop a putt. Might squeak a putt in over the rim later. IDK.
Thomas has no time for Instagram. He just sneaks the putt in, grabs the birdie, as does Freeman. So Dickerson left out in the cold.
Ouch. Bummer.
But moving on to hole 13, playing as one of the easier holes on the course, 3.06 scoring average. Big Hyzer is back in play today, but we've got some guardian trees waiting to slap you down if you try and park it too close. Flying past the Melton tree right now, waiting in the middle of the fairway just to grab anyone, slap their disc down and say, "How dare you even test this middle gap?"
Yeah. How dare you? And I don't know. I kind of have to disagree with you that Big Hyzer route, not exactly the most appealing with this left to right headwind.
I gotcha.
Really, there's not much that's appealing, except of course this big power forehand.
Huge forehand. Gilbert takes a boss out that way.
Except he went inside.
Coming in
Cool.
front of the Melton tree. Different strategy than we've seen before.
And Joel's gonna go inside of that.
Yeah, that's worked over, needing some skip. Getting less of a skip and more just kind of a check and sit. But it's safe.
Yes. Yeah, he almost got that was almost too brutal.
You expect Dickerson to take this flex line down the middle. It's a really tight shot down the middle, and you can't really see the angle on which the disc has to fly on the tee box. So it's a deceptive shot.
Yeah, and again that headwind just comes into play. You have to throw an Anheuser, and throwing an Anheuser into a headwind is not ideal.
Yeah, no easy task. Barela takes the long stab at this basket, but will settle just long for par.
Yeah.
Thomas with more of a short stab. Just outside circle one for Freeman.
Again, he needs that. Yeah, he just needed that putt to get up a little bit.
Yeah, and then afterwards just to sit.
Yeah, for real. Oh.
And he gets razzed by some
Razzed by the
spectators.
lead card.
Unintentionally, but still converts for the par.
He fought through it. Fought through it, and again, Chris.
Wow, and that's an uncharacteristic putting error for Chris. He checks the wind again, so it looked like the wind just didn't react at all like he thought it was going to.
Yeah, I think with his putting motion going down, up a little bit, I think he had a little bit of a late release, so he was he kept going up before the disc came out of his hand.
I gotcha. That's the first blemish on Dickerson's card.
Yeah, still OB free, right?
That's right, OB free so far, which is something I don't believe a lot of competitors can say out here today.
Yeah, not me, that's for sure.
Hole 13, 394 feet, uphill. Playing kind of in the easier side of holes, 3.06 scoring average.
Okay. Yeah. You're going to see a lot of people take it over that cart path on the right side, over the OB, mind you. But really, that's just to counteract and play away from the left side OB.
That's right. This is just like hole 11 in that the grass is not very skippy on the OB side of the cart path and quite skippy on the inbound side. Barela will be OB. Freeman getting a nice skip out of there. That's going to be circle two's edge.
Yeah, and this, again, we're playing into a headwind a little bit today compared to the last couple of days. I don't believe it was as strong of a headwind or as direct of a headwind. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get the disc inside circle one today.
We see Thomas with the best drive of the bunch so far. That's just outside circle one. Dickerson not flirting with that left side OB whatsoever.
Nope, he's married. He's not flirting at all.
He's a faithful man.
He better not be. You made a vow, buddy.
Barela, not too pleased with his upshot, but settling 20 or 25 feet.
Now,
Although
see, I don't know much about AB's personal life, but I feel like he can do as much flirting as he wants.
He might should have flirted a little bit there. He is putting directly at the OB behind the basket now from that 25 feet distance.
Gulp. Oh. Yikes.
And our last chance at birdie here from Thomas Gilbert.
Oh, and you can see just like all that junk just flying away. Whoa, careful, Thomas.
Yeah, indicating the wind direction, but also wreaking havoc on allergies.
Yeah. Good thing Thomas has glasses, though. Oh.
Wow, and AB's going to take a double bogey 5 here on 13.
Not too pleased.
Freeman with the tailwind converts.
Good save.
I like those competition shorts, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
So do I. Got a couple pairs.
Moving to hole 14, 751 feet. We saw some crazy rollers out of some of our competitors yesterday, including Simon Lizotte. He throws pretty far.
He does.
Most of our competitors are going to play something out that left side gap or maybe the middle gap, forehand or a backhand. All you want to do is crest that hill. If you're trying to approach the green with a forehand, it's best to get farther left. Thomas has actually taken the right side hyzer gap, trying to bring that back to the fairway.
Yeah, and he does a really good job of that. Yeah.
The disc basically did exactly what his hand did off the tee, so you have to ask if he's a wizard or not.
Thomas, are you a wizard or not?
We'll find out later.
Tune in next week to find out.
Freeman getting the huge skip that you're looking for, and that's in good position. He'll still have those low-hanging limbs.
If it ever sits down.
That's right. He'll still have those low-hanging limbs on the left side of the basket to contend with for his approach.
Yeah, but he's got a lot of power on his forehand. I'm guessing he can put it under those branches with a lot of heat, a lot of juice, skip it up to the basket.
Yeah.
Things are looking up for Joel Freeman here.
Dickerson finding a similar spot to Thomas Gilbert, and AB taking the big forehand here.
Yeah, big indeed. That's out there.
It's great distance. He's going to be approaching from the right side of the basket, so taking a hyzer out over that white OB fence on the right side.
Yeah, and Chris just barely missed that 400-foot pole this time.
Good result. Yeah.
A little off on this back nine.
Yeah.
And he's got a long look for birdie 3.
Par doesn't feel bad here, though.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, unless you're inside, 250 or 300, par doesn't feel bad. Unless you got a guy on your card.
I'm going to tell you what, if Thomas gets a par from there,
that will feel bad.
Yeah, I'm going to feel bad for him. Get left. Nice.
AB with...
Okay, good.
AB, friend of the trees, friend of the fence. Freeman just torques his PD2 over. He said that was something new. That's
I don't think he's ever thrown that hard.
Unfortunately, OB, and then
what a sick run.
Not really pleased with his effort, but it's under the basket. You have to wonder if he was asking for that to get up just a little bit.
Well, he said sarcastically, he's like, "What a sick run," and I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be running it from there, but that's just me.
AB takes full advantage of the fence kick. Stabs his putt in for birdie 3.
Nice.
As does Thomas Gilbert.
Yeah, Thomas is feeling good. Hasn't gotten a bogey in a while. And another good bounce back birdie for Anthony. He's done a good job of that. I think he's only had 3 holes with 3 holes over par. Nice. Good one, Joel.
I knew that you would respect a drop in like that.
For sure, yeah. He was pointing at the camera. He was probably pointing at me.
That sounds right.
And thank you, Joel. I appreciate that.
For the acknowledgement.
Yes.
Over to hole 15. Yeah, 438 feet. Big hyzer for all of our competitors outside the tree that is on the right side of your screen right now. Real danger is the OB golf fairway to the right. And then if it gets just too high on our competitors, they can find that OB cart path left. Any OB shots go to the drop zone, which is 200 feet or so away.
Yeah. Kind of takes the par save out of the picture if you have to go to that drop zone. And Thomas just took looked like the highest of hyzers. And
wow, you really don't see many people get there. But when you have power like Thomas and this slight tailwind with a little bit of right to left, disc just carried a lot farther to the left than he had anticipated.
And maybe Anthony needs to tighten his hat just a little bit.
I don't think so. If you threw shots like that and you wore a loose hat, would you tighten your hat ever?
No.
Me neither.
Fair point.
That was Destroyer for Barela. This is D1 for Dickerson. Lower line playing for the skip. And
that's nice.
Getting the skip.
Yeah, that's just textbook.
Dickerson's hat,
play.
I think it's properly tightened. It doesn't seem to fall off his head much.
It's fitted.
To each their own. And Freeman just laughs out of his hand as that's pulled way right of his intended target line. That's going to be out of bounds, so he and Gilbert will both head to the drop zone.
There you go.
Nice shot for Thomas.
Quick shot for Freeman.
Asking for it to sit, and it's done so.
Does just that, yeah.
Barela for birdie.
Nice.
Cash.
Yeah, looking back into the headwind, as you can tell by his hair.
I think he plays for the headwind putt so that his hair can flow as he walks up to grab his putter out of the basket.
I mean, yeah.
It's a good strategy if you got it.
If he doesn't, it's just like a nice little, side attribute or something like that.
Couple of birdies, couple of bogeys. Some scoring separation for our chase card. Moving over to the iconic, the signature hole 16, island hole, 383 feet. So we've gone from a couple of the easier holes on the course to now a really difficult finishing stretch in 16, 17, and 18.
Yeah. And Chris Dickerson still hasn't gone out of bounds. The thing I'm most anticipating to see right now is whether or not he'll keep that streak alive.
Yeah, because that's incredible on a day like today. And anytime you play country club, no OBs is phenomenal. This has good speed for AB.
And he skipped it off the bridge.
Ultimately, unlucky skip off the bridge. That might have caught grass if the bridge wasn't there. But he'll be headed to the drop zone.
And Dickerson looking to silence the haters.
If you're trying to
inbounds.
Yeah, if you're trying to decrease the opportunity for going out of bounds, laying up is not a bad play here.
That's what I do.
I like it. Thomas playing that turn. A little bit short and right. He'll be headed to the drop zone.
I think he was looking for that bridge skip. He didn't quite get it.
Freeman's got this turned as well. He needs this to flex, and now it just never had a chance to do so. 3 headed to the drop zone. Dickerson will approach before all 3.
Oh, and it looks like Chris was throwing his Kevin Jones fundraiser M2, maybe M2 or M3.
Yeah, nice shot inside the circle, but he is facing a headwind putt with water directly behind. Good approach for AB there. Not much left to do from the drop zone. You can't really run this. It's probably 90 or 100 feet. So most of our competitors are just going to lay it under the basket.
Yeah, we'll see what I was going to say, I wasn't sure if Joel was going to run it or not, but he's safe regardless.
And that's unfortunate for Dickerson as he hits the top band. He'll likely settle for bogey here. This is not an easy putt either.
Yeah.
Uphill crosswind, but he's close.
Yeah. He's close. It doesn't. I really don't think it matters. For a player like him and with the mental fortitude, it doesn't really matter what happened on the last throw, he's going to make that putt.
I think so.
Rough little stretch for Joel. And Thomas as well, back-to-back OBs.
And Barela is in for bogey. His roller coaster round continues, carding, I believe, only 2 pars so far today. Wow. Moving over to hole 17, playing, I believe, is the most difficult hole on the course relative to par today. 806 feet. What's the tee shot here, AJ?
Tee shot, we're going to go down the middle, up and over a slight little hill, and then really it's the second half of the fairway where there's so much danger. I mean, the tee shot does have OB on the left side, trees on the right side with OB on the right side too as well. You don't see any big hyzers. There is a mandatory to play down the chute, and Anthony, that roller coaster is still, he's still
roller coastering.
Free falling.
Yeah, this is that looked like an intended hyzer flip. Looking for something more like Dickerson, and I'm going to tell you right now, that is smashed.
That's very far.
He's wide open to the green from there. That incredible stuff for Dickerson. Here's a low
right.
Similar drive to Dickerson.
This is also smashed.
Are you kidding me? Look.
Get off that.
Those guys probably both just threw that over 500 feet, low ceiling, OB on both sides. Incredible stuff from Thomas Gilbert and Chris Dickerson.
Joel gets the friendly kick back to the middle of the fairway. And, okay, so the second half of this hole is riddled with OB. You got to take a sharp dogleg to the right. Mm-hmm. And so you're going to be playing over OB if you're trying to get aggressive and play for the birdie 3. But Joel is going to do the opposite. He's going to throw right in the middle, play for the 4.
AB playing so aggressive from that spot. He'd have had to clear that golf green and then get a skip because the OB line is not right on the green. So this is a towering hyzer for AB's 5th. That's safe.
Safe. Circle 1 putt.
Dickerson, after just an incredible drive, approaching the green on a big hyzer. Wow, well executed by Dickerson there.
Yeah.
And Dickerson maintains his OB-free round, and actually he is leading the tournament in OB rate.
Wow.
.094. Best in the field so far this week. Gilbert is, I think, unjustly punished after such an incredible drive to have to throw that patent pending.
Yeah.
That's rough,
right,
man.
Yeah. A little bit too much a friend of the trees.
Yeah. Yeah, just because there are trees there doesn't mean that you have to seek them out.
Right, just leave them alone, okay? Sweet putt.
Barela stabs it in from the cart path. Difficult putt to save his double bogey 6.
You're just loving that, his stab putts.
That's what it looks like. It's just direct. Right. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, that's sweet putt from Thomas too. Yeah, oh, sorry, Thomas. Took a par on the second hardest hole on the course.
The first hardest today.
Oh, dang. Oh, shoot. Gained 1.5 stroke on average competitor.
Something like 0.8 strokes, but we don't have those, so we'll just round it up to 1.
Yeah, I know, but I know how he feels, though. He threw a freaking sweet drive.
That was incredible.
His drive was, in fact, boss.
And birdie for Dickerson, that's going to pick up nearly 2 strokes on the field.
And this would be for a decent par save for Freeman.
Just high for Freeman. He'll have to settle for bogey.
Yeah, a little bit of wind coming off his back right shoulder, and with that hyzer release, a little bit nose down, it just kind of picked it up, especially when you get outside 20 feet like he was.
That's right. Moving over to hole 18, playing in the top 5 or 6 most difficult holes during the week, 673 feet. You can take the traditional drive over the water here and then turn to your right and throw an approach toward
No
this
one's
basket.
going to do that.
No, most
No,
everybody's
they're all playing
going
the layup
They're
shot.
going to lay up toward the FPOT and then throw a big hyzer to settle in close to this green. Runaway green toward the OB behind the basket and then to the left of the basket as well.
Yeah. Oh, Chris going for the 500-foot putter rip. No, not quite. Laying up.
Wow, that's an aggressive layup.
Jeez. He laid up and he rolled a 20. Just laying up right to the edge.
Thomas Gilbert playing the smooth forehand.
Off the
path
cart
skip.
path. Sit down.
That's safe and in play.
Okay. Jeepers.
Joel Freeman with that PD2 forehand.
And he's also getting aggressive with that layup. Okay, well,
Not so
Not-
much
not as
ground action as the
yeah.
other guys.
out of his hand and his run up, it looked rather aggressive.
4 good-looking shots from our chase car today. An unfortunate break for AB there, catching the one muddy portion of the layup area.
Still going to send it.
Yeah. Are you silly? He's still going to send it.
Oh, dang. Mud in my run up. Still going to send it.
No mind. I'll just put this right outside the circle.
Ooh, Thomas, he didn't give himself a great look here.
Yeah, so now Thomas is forced to play to just kind of the regular landing zone.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah,
That was crushed, and that's OB for Thomas.
Joel, it was almost a footfall.
Good result. He's
Yes.
going to land in front of AB there,
But yeah, I mean,
right
really-
around circle's edge.
Yeah. I don't think anyone would really call that a wide open approach.
Sure.
He's definitely not gaining an advantage.
That's right. Dickerson obstructed by some branches there, but they don't seem to affect him much. He's going to be right around circle's edge as well.
Yeah, we got 3 guys that gave themselves downhill putts on this elevated basket sloping down towards the water.
Oh, and unlucky for Thomas again. This has been a rough hole 18 for him.
Hey, AB, what are you putting with? Oh, AVR.
KC Pro AVR.
Sick.
Wow, incredible conversion for AB.
Yeah, give it to
And
him.
you do it for the SloMez. Look at the hair. Look at the extension.
And look at the dead centerness.
That's beautiful. And in fact, AB leads the field in Circle 1X putting this week, 96%.
What about Circle 2 putting?
He's at 20% Circle 2 putting.
Not bad.
So one out of 5 going in from there, you'll take it.
Oh, Chris.
Dickerson just low off the front.
Yeah, oh my gosh, you could at least try.
Freeman once again asking for the disc to sit. It does behind the basket. And Thomas with a couple of OBs just trying to maintain his composure here. Couple of missed putts inside the circle, and yeah, hands on hips is how everyone would be feeling right there. Freeman will drop in for par and a round of 3 over. Tough one for him today. Dickerson just kind of fizzled out late. He'll shoot 5 under on the day. Thomas Gilbert with that unfortunate quad.
Ouch.
He's going to take 8 on the last and shoot even for the day. That's going to conclude
Dang.
our round 3 coverage of the chase card. We hope you'll join us again tomorrow for the final day of competition. We got Calvin Heimberg shooting a blazing 9 under par.
Blazing.
Yeah, you can tell because of the icon by the 6.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, because it's fire.
Tis ablaze.
If you didn't do it after the front 9, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Subscribe to Jomez. Turn on the notifications so that when we have the videos for tomorrow, you'll be notified.
Yeah, please. Thank you. Thanks for listening to the Steel Series here on JomezPro.
Is SteelSeries Radio a thing yet? We should make it one.